And it was a day that even Kevin Stefanski, off to my left doing a radio hit not too long ago, admitted left a lot to be desired. Not the best day of practice overall. I thought the offense had some moments where they showed some signs of life, more than we've probably seen at this point. But whether it was drop passes, whether it was just bad passes, errant passes from the quarterbacks, just weren't able to really move the ball as effectively as they would have hoped at times. And I think that sort of stood out as the defense continued to dominate as they have throughout most of camp. A lot of pressure in the backfield, a lot of Alex Wright's name coming up, and some pass breakups as well. Kenny Pickett did return to practice today in what Kevin Stefanski called a limited capacity, which meant he was basically just doing individual stuff. No 11-on-11s, no team stuff. He was out here, though. You saw him in his pads, standing with the quarterbacks, talking to them at times. And the other three quarterbacks shared all the reps. It was Dylan Gabriel finishing the day with the most reps on the day, but he had probably the roughest day of the three. A lot of incompletions, a lot of bad passes. He was on the receiving end of some bad plays in terms of drops that were had. But at the same time, not his best day of camp, and probably a step backwards, I would say, from him from what we've seen of late, where I thought he was really picking some things up and making some progress. I thought that Shedeur Sanders looked solid. He had the least amount of reps on the day, but I had him down to 6 of 9 on the day, threw a touchdown pass to Sal Cannella in 7-on-7 work down here at the end zone right in front of me. And then Joe Flacco, I thought, had maybe his sharpest day of camp, something you'd kind of expect from a veteran at this point. Understands the long haul that's kind of in play here as you're building up and ramping up for a season. And I had him completing the majority of his passes today, only about 4 or 5 incompletions. And on top of that, he had a really nice touchdown pass, probably the play of the day, to Jamari Thrash on sort of a crossing route in the end zone in the red zone 11-on-11 work. So that's kind of your quarterback recap. But another day down. They're back out here on Saturday, tomorrow morning, for an early session as training camp rolls on, and we're only a couple practices out from them heading to Carolina for those joint sessions that will be very telling and revealing as to where this quarterback competition stands. But we'll talk about all those things, of course, coming up in the next episode of the Locked On Browns podcast.